But Abdul-Malik is bumping me up on the trail whenever they want to. Abdul-Malik's kids bumping me on the trail, you know what I mean? And so I said, well, let's just have a little fun. So I go at different times, sometime early in the morning, sometime late before sunset. I still bump into them, right? If I went at 1 o'clock every day or 10:30 every morning and I ran into them, okay, it's possible that this came at that time. But if I change up and I come up just before daylight when you can see the trail, come at midday, then I come at, if it's the summertime, I come at 7 o'clock or something. Got an hour before sunset, and there they are. Right? That means that it's all arranged. So, here's the point. So, what's our duty? With all of this global fitna, if we remain passive, we're not passive, but we're an evolutionary organization. We have to evolve with the level of stress that the community is dealing with. We have to evolve our institutions and all of those things. Okay? Now, it would take us, by the time we develop these necessary institutions ourselves, right? Probably the war might be over. So what do? We call all of them. We go to Darul Hijra. We go into Adams. We are, you know. I may even start this week. I'm going back down to Care. Hey man, how you doing? Just like nothing ever happened. Like nothing ever happened. Oh, you're just looking so healthy. How you doing? By the way, right? Call unto the will of our Lord and beautiful preaching. You have $1 million, multi-million-dollar budget. You have 33, da-da-da-da-da. Here's the ayats that will fit them. Here's a safe harbor. Worst thing in a rebellion is to ask somebody to do something. Most movements do it, but we wouldn't do it. You never push somebody beyond their comfort zone unless you train them. Because everybody would have to go beyond and above their comfort zone, but not without training, right? Not without the education. If you send in somebody to college, you got to give them the background in order to function in that environment, right? Okay. So, what are we going to do? The whole thing is falling apart. Well, it sounds like it's falling apart. The Muslim world is fine, according to our understanding. When the U.S. went into Iraq, first they went in Afghanistan. Allah tricked them in Afghanistan. They bragged for a couple of years, about a year or so. The next year, 2002, they went in Afghanistan. 2003, they was getting ready to go into Afghanistan 2 months after 9/11. So that was late 2001 when they went into Afghanistan. A year and a half later, they into Iraq. Okay. When they went into Iraq, our article in 2004 says another Islamic state. Not a whole Islamic state. What did we say? We're going to get 65% of what we want. You look at it right now. It's about 65%. You know, now some arrogant people would say we want 100% of it, squeezing people's head, hanging them upside down, trying to get 100%. And it ain't possible. So what did we say? We're going to get 65%. Iran had had its war 1980 to 1988. Things are going so good. Iranians got troops studying in Afghanistan, studying news, studying the Americans, how they fight. They got people studying where else? In Iraq. Everybody knows the West say they got people holding out people, and Iran said, we don't have nobody. We don't do stuff like that. Hezbollah says 2011, when they move in Syria, 2020, Hezbollah said, no, you ain't gonna take nothing there. Now, but we said in 2011 what was gonna happen. Why? Because they got to put people in line, right? So when they tried to remanufacture the whole region, see, there's no reason in 2011 for a regional vision. But when they move and do what they do with Gaddafi, when they move on Syria, they're technically moving on Iran. So now, it's a full-fledged proxy situation. Since they're trying to re-engineer the whole region, there has to be a regional vision. That's how we came to the conclusion. Oh, they're going to try to reorganize, rearrange. It's clear what they're trying to do. But nobody else is paying attention to that. They're not after Libya, they're not after this, they're not after. The Saudis are not after a piece of this. The Saudis are spending its trillions of dollars to break the back of Iran, anti-Shiism, and all that's going to produce certain things. Yemen hadn't even been attacked yet. But now we can see clearly why a regional vision is absolutely acceptable and normal. Why? Because they're trying to control the region. So, for them, the last straw would be Syria. That's why they're so distraught. So, they lose it in Syria. Technically, they've already lost. So they're distraught. Okay. They've lost in Yemen. They did so much damage. Yemenis are poor, but you had already done them what was happening to them. So they're going to fight you till they come around. They have stuff that's fine. They'll fight anyway. Right? Because when you fight an enemy that's well equipped and got a lot of stuff, they always kill us by 10 times the number. That's a colonial reality, right? They just always 10 to 1. Same thing, Vietnam, body count. They're just mowing people down. Okay. But the people hold on. Now, it's shifted the other way. But what about us? We're part of the global struggle, so for us to sit back and just do what's good for us, mean that we would be like the people on the boat. Since we don't want to disturb anybody, since we don't want to disturb Siraj, and I'm not going to be mentioning the people as much, only when necessary. It's not a PR campaign, but it's our duty to, leadership do what? They unify people, they motivate people, and they get them to reach up higher than they wanted to. They pull stuff out of them they didn't even know they had. So we have to go back into the, if what they say is true, and those articles, they're distraught. I keep forgetting, I can't even remember what the hell, what was wrong with them. I can't remember, I swear, as soon as I read it, I forget it. Conference focuses on how social invisibility of African American Muslims lead, yeah, psychological trauma and suffering. This is what we're going to tell the brothers. You may be suffering. We don't care whether you're telling the truth or not, or you try to run the scheme. Remember what it says? Don't worry about the plots and schemes. People gonna come back, join up. Hey, come on in, welcome. You know why? Allah had them covered during other times, right? So you know He got them covered now. So what's our line? Do you guys really feel that way? Well, here's what happened. You had the Jonah complex. You ran away from your responsibility. You raised billions, millions for the immigrants. You turned your back on your own people and let them get trampled by a Jahiliyyah system. And now you feel bad. Here's what you do. Just do the mission. Here's the ayah. 41, 33 to 36, this is it. This is the mission. This is all. Because Allah knows best people are strayed from the guidance, right? Also, we're not the judge and jury. Right? We want, the hadith say, you be kind to your brother than the one who's in charge of kindness might be kind to you, right? So, this is where kindness is in. Come in. This is not like forgiveness. Allah forgive people. Niggas can't forgive nobody. Right? Man, you can't forgive. We're just using that language. We can't forgive nobody. But we're overlooking what the Negroes did. All of them said if they did this to you, if they did, we've been on the receiving end of the whole thing, but we set it aside. You know why we set it aside? It was Allah's plan all along. They were doing Allah's work. To be where we are now, could we have engineered with all, just imagine. I haven't even heard of no fight where except the prophets, when they went back and messed with the whole system and all the little side systems was all focused on them. Yeah, I mean, that's why Allah sent some real tough characters as messengers. Because they was going by themselves. And some stayed by themselves.
Superheroes.
Super duper hero. Just imagine Noah teaching the people for 900 years and they still messing up. Then it said, well, son, it's a lot of rain now. Oh, shoot. There's one more mountain that ain't covered, everything else covered. Everything's almost covered, but Everest is left. I go over there. That's probably what our Mount Judy or something is over that way. That's what they say, I don't know. So what the boy do, like all dumb children? Old man don't know nothing. As he climbing up the mountain, the water's right behind him. Oh, I'll be all right. Say, and Noah said the same thing, and Abraham, one of them said, okay, Allah, don't have me begging for these clowns, because they just won't pay no attention, right? I think this is Noah said that, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll go over it again. But I remember way back, yeah, he said, they said, I don't want to be bothering you about these people, because they just not coming around. The boys see it, ain't nowhere else to walk on the whole earth except this one little hill. And he climbed up to the top of that. And then when it said the water just consumed the poor boy. Okay, that's not our job. Our job is to do what Allah gives us. Right? That includes the only one that I'm not going to be on it for the next. Now, I told Mukhtar like years ago, I said, well, after this all cooled down, I'm gonna give you the game on this stuff. But not right now. But for Abdul Malik now, that is behind him, he said, sure, everybody is welcome. We'll invite everybody. Let's get busy. That might be our job, not to go around and tell everybody, because believe it or not, everybody already knows who they are as long as we've been saying this. If they play like they don't know, hey, if y'all in Oakland play like you don't know, like sometime when I go to Oakland, they have those Uncle Toms, just with Mukhtar, playing like they didn't hear nothing. This man here is on the right road. And they call me, they call me, I'm standing there, they call me coffins, everything, and they have some little Arab kids, not kids, they grown, with all other kind of street t-shirts on. Are you a Muslim? You're a kafir. Patience. See, so maybe in a couple of years, we'll say, come on back. But Mukhtar just did what they told him to do. But everybody else, Zayd now and all the colored people, we're going to say, hey man, look what we got here. This is a golden opportunity. This is what revival of Islamic movement in North America. And go to them first. Can't hurt nothing, right? We can't lose nothing. And guess what? They might be the Nineveh crew. They might get struck by lightning and say, yeah, that's right. Let's go call everybody to Islam, right? Everything that we've been talking about is here. Everything, right? And everybody is ready for it now. We're ready for it. We're ready to call America to become America the good. And we're going to tell Americans stuff that they can understand. Remember a few years ago, the president used to always say, we're number one. It's in the late 90s when they was having psychological problems about it. It ain't too bad as it was before. So they would come out, we're number one. Right? Okay, we're going to set them on a great idea. You want to be number one in business and getting money, you can't be that. But the new worldism, fixing this world, solar energy, cleaning up the plastics in the ocean, right? All of that, you can lead the way. We got to sell them on that. Yeah. You ain't gonna sell them big white folks that all they can see is money. They can't see nothing else. They can't see nothing. But there's other people, hey, you want to be number one? You can be number one for good. You be real number one. This whole concept of new worldism, of global constitutional initiative, right? We're using a document that's over 200 years old in modern times, right? Everybody that studies, suppose we use 250-year-old medicine treatment. If you had gangrene, just hack the thing off. Not no simple antibiotic pill, right? If you had high blood pressure, we just call it hadith cupping. We just let the blood let. That's what the Europeans call it. Stick a hole in you and bleed all. If your blood pressure don't go down, because you're going to just about die from losing blood. But it'll be from low pressure, blood pressure, not high blood pressure. Right? Instead of giving the people a tablet, you take one of these tablets a day and fix your blood pressure. Right? Okay. So, we have to sell. This is a sales job. we have to sell people on New Worldism. America, you can lead the people into the 2020 global new historical constitution. You can fix the world. We can do anything, all you gotta do is visualize it, right? Some people, I don't want to live there, I want to live, well, we can divide the world, people. You want to live in the 1950s? Here. Well, that state over there, that's the way they do over there. Go over the right. You want to live in the space age? Well, over here in California, we're space age. I mean, everything is push button, da, 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 da. You want to live like Mormons live, and you want to live up like in Utah, and you want to be mountain men, you want to do all that, there you go. Da, da, da. Right? Who says we all have to live in like this? We can do like, oh, you want to be like the Amish? Sure. How many of you wants to live in Amishville?
We got 50 states.
We got 50 states. And not no United States, 50 states only. No more United States. Why? Because if each state is its own thing, you can cooperate on a couple things, but not on no army. Then that way, Utah can't go to war with Slovenia. Right? But America could go to war with Russia or Ukraine, right? But if you over here, Arkansas, can't go to war with Manchuria, right? We don't need, those big states was something for a period. But now, smaller is better. We have to try all kind of stuff. We're free now. Labor-saving devices, we got it. In the old days, that was, work just during our time used to be on a farm and stuff, was hard. Even factory work was kind of hard, some of it. Just doing the same thing all day. Moved up the factories in Indiana, all you do, the machine pushing all this down, all you do is, oh, boy, that ought to run you crazy.
Don't forget the heat from the big furnaces that they had.
Or a steel mill.
A steel mill, right?
It's crazy life.
And lifting 80-pound mail bags
My
for
goodness.
5 to 6 hours at a time, 80-pound mail bags all day.
Everything was work. Now, labor-saving devices. They got robotics now that the robots will do away with the human being. You're not needed. Who would put themselves out of business? A dumb person going to make the robots smarter than the humans. And the robots going to look around and say, this boy here, we don't need him no more. Because after you get him so far, you look around and look at you. It's like playing with monkeys. The people in the jungle, they know you play with monkeys. See, monkeys are strong. They can hang by one finger, they can swing all over, and the human being is real big, and they get to playing with the human being. The little monkeys, they about 5-year-old, 6-year-old mentality, they go in by size and strength. So it's just like nothing. So the monkeys say, right? Because if it's anywhere from 50 pounds like that, it's way stronger. Maybe a little chimp is not. But when you get up into little bitty gorillas and stuff like that, they way stronger. And don't take no 200-pound joker. He 10 times as strong as you.
Don't you remember years ago, they had a documentary on TV where the white folks had gone over to Africa somewhere, and the guy told him, say, leave this alone right here, don't bother these monkeys. Because you know they ain't gonna pay no attention. Boy, that monkey jumped on one of them crackers. He tried to get away from that monkey. He rolled down the hill. The only way he got away from him, he went and jumped in the water. Because that damn monkey was beating him like he owned him.
Now, what about a machine? Who did that? First of all, you wanted labor-saving devices. Now you got it to the point to where you don't have nothing to do now. But who would put the human being out of business? Just greedy people. Okay, they say, okay, we're going to slow down production. We're going to work maybe 1 month out of the year, maximum. This is all we need to work, right? So why not work that part? The rest of it, why work all that extra time? It's just if you want more money. It's not for human development. So the human being can study and visit and do all kind of stuff for 11 months a year and work for 1 month. They can take dance classes. They can take clean up the world classes, right? They can hike around the world. They can do anything they want. If we take the consumerism and the moneyism out of it, that's what the revolution is going to be about. It's not only us thinking about it. The whole world is thinking, wait a minute, look at the world now. We don't have to do the stuff. We can now travel. All of us got enough canned goods in our house to last. We could last 2 or 3 months with just the junk in our house. At least a month. The town probably saw all those times. You was wealthy if you had enough to last a day or so. We got canned goods in the house. Oh, yeah.
Plus America got so many cars, that's why they got congestion. Wherever they go, they keep on making cars. They keep building more and more cars.
Because they need more and more money. They don't need more cars, they need more money. Right? Consumerism, productionism, and they've been doing it, and that's why the world used to go off needs. Now they have wants, they go by. That's what Freud's nephew was about, Edmund Bernays. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He came over here, Freud's nephew, to teach appetite, to create desire in the people. Because by the 1920s, they could produce more than we needed. Okay, let me get back to this because I won't be there. So, now, here's where, so we don't want to be like the people on the boat. Didn't want to say nothing. We're just going to knock a hole in the boat and get fresh water instead of going up and down. So, if we don't want everybody, the whole boat going down. And I've seen enough pictures of drowning people on the boats, on the Titanic, and drowning people on the Arizona, and drowning people that don't look like fun. Don't look like fun. Why ain't no fun? My Lord, you have indeed given me of the dominion and have taught me of the interpretation of reports. O originator of the heavens and the earth, you are my protector in the world and the hereafter. Make me die as a Muslim and join me with the righteous. That's Yusuf again. And he said, O my father, this is the interpretation of my dream aforetime. My Lord has indeed made it come true. And he has been good to me, as he brought me out of the prison and brought you here from the desert, after Satan had caused discord between me and my brothers. Verily, my Lord is most fine in what he will. This is Yusuf again. When his family coming, oh Allah, oh my Father. This is what Allah was talking about all along. All that stuff and throwing down the well, all that stuff going into the penitentiary, all that stuff with the women folks, that was all God's will. He's saying God was gracious to me when he brought me out of prison. All of that stuff is the same with you and I. All this, what we've been dealing with, is Allah training us for the fight we got to fight. Now, I don't know what it looks like to everybody else, but this fight we're dealing with, the training was harder than the fight. Because the fight almost ain't nothing. Because it's mostly psychological. And the brothers can't scare nobody. Right? The system cannot scare anybody. Can you imagine how deadly the system is and has been to people? And what it does to people and challenging? And here we are, happy as a lark. And I don't know about y'all, but for me, the penitentiary was almost like out here. I got a chance to study imamship in the pen. I've been out, I've been around, I saw what the imams did. So I got the whole pattern down in jail. When I came out, I just opened a Masjid and get rolling and did as good as anybody else with all their training, and all their imams training, right? And it's easy. I'm saying Allah trained us for this fight because Allah knew what we was going to be dealing with. So now, the thing about Yusuf, that Allah had given him a little insight into events, it says reports and events, some say. And that was good, historical stuff. That was a strong point. But here he said, no censure is on you today. May Allah forgive you, and he is most merciful of all who show mercy. La tatraba, no reproach, no hatred, none of that. Thereupon Joseph said, oh my father, I just read that, meaning of dreams. I just read that. Joseph's going over it again. But this sounds very good in Muhammad Assad. Yet, however strongly thou mayest desire it, most people will not believe in this revelation, although thou dost not ask of them any reward for it. It is but God's reminder unto all mankind.